where strategies are discussed and victories are born. And a chance to step forward with what they believe is the key to this week's game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Carolina Panthers. On the Saints sideline, head coach Kellen Moore. His guys, well, they're struggling at this point in the year. Just 2 wins over their last 7. His counterpart on the other side, the Panthers' Dave Canales. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Set, hut. 45, right. Hut, hut. Set, hut.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Yellow, 22, ready, go. Ready, go.
To throw, Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
And this is an offense that's number 1 in the NFL in rushing, and you know that has to be the focus of any game plan defensively. But they can throw it, too, as evidence right there. And they move the chains here on this opening drive.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Now 2nd and 3.
Down, set, go. 50, green, ready.
They'll go again here with Hubbard. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
You look at this Saints defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game, because they're facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means it's going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
That is caught. McMillan with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense, because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
10 black, ready.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here this afternoon. Now the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers on the ground for Akers a week ago, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Olave motioning to the left. Rattler wants to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. You look at this Carolina defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season.
60 red. 60 red. Set.
On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Ready.
Second and 10.
Ready. Field. Black. Yellow. 43. Ready.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Open here, Adam Thielen. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
50 green. Set. Go.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag, that'll push him back 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Down. Hut.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Set. Hut. Ready.
Now Young. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, break.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go, set. Foot. Ready?
Young to throw it. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
On the set.
Dowdle will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
14. Saints.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive.
26-yard line.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Ready. Red, 30, hut, hut. Hut, hut.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 33. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 85 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Set, go, black, 95, set.
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And he'll go down at the 26, forming a gain of 6.
He was brought down at the 26.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Second down and 3.
Set, hut. Black 40. Watch out now. 50 series. Ready, ready.
Off the play fake, Young. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And this is where play action can be so effective. Your running game's been the driving force on this possession, so as a defense, you start shifting your focus towards stopping the run. But if an offensive coordinator sees that, he can take advantage, and they get good yardage there.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Come on, set. Yellow, 22. Green jack. Ready.
Here's Young. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
Let's go now.
Hubbard. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Okay, ready?
Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2.
Set. Red, cycle, blue, 32. Hut.
Young now. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jatavion Sanders, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
50, great.
Here's Rattler. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready?
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Down. Ready?
To the air is Rattler. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Rattler.
And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
On the double.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go now. 52 blue. Drill, 52.
Looking to throw, Young. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now here's Young. He's going to try and go deep again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's week 2.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Saints going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Ready. Yellow.
Now Rattler.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. And his numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season.
Come on, set striker. 3, 10, ready.
They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ready. Hut.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the shotgun, it's Young.
And he is caught. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On the counter, this is Hubbard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up, because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line. Scrimmage.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain right where it is. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Nick Scorton in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Rattler.
Under pressure, they got him again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll look to set up his blockers. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Hut.
They'll drop the throw.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Come on. Ready. Ready. Ready.
Now a toss. Hubbard going left. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
16 more yards. That's another Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 red. 60 red. Set. Go.
They run here with Dowdle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Set. Go. Set.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
White. Set, cut.
Young to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Set, cut, ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. Tommy Trimble from 3 yards out. And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Carolina scores to cap it off.
Sam Martin.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
That's good for the Saints. First down. It's a gain of 10. First down.
Yeah, run.
They'll go play action here with Rattler.
And that's complete to Cooks. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Ready. 33. Yep, ready. Ready. Ready.
Throwing is Rattler.
There again is Cooks, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Let's go. 6. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And Rattler, he'll throw again.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Now third down and very long. They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Here we go.
They'll go. Here's Rattler.
He's going to let it fly. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Ready up. Down. Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to work. inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Another touchdown in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Rattler wants to throw it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Yellow.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Panthers, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.